All right, everybody, this is Trey, your boy with Let's Just Talk Fitness. You already know what today is, man. It's a whole nother interview, a whole nother day that I'm bringing to you with an amazing guest. You already know, man, I don't bring anybody on here who don't got a story or who hasn't been through things that can share what you can benefit from. I do this for y'all, man. I do this for the people. And so I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, you're gonna love this guest that I have here. She's been following me for a pretty good minute. We've been knowing each other for a pretty good minute, but we've just been knowing each other in the comments. So we're finally able to kind of get together and actually see each other to, in a sense, have a more deeper discussion on just exactly who this person is. But before we get started, please make sure that you like, comment, share the video. Again, hit me up in the DMs if you yourself want to share your story, your journey. Hit me up. Let me know. Again, DM me. You can message me on TikTok, Instagram, wherever. If you feel like you have a story or have something that you want to share, the people need to hear it. So do what she's doing here today and step up and share your story because, again, you don't go on this journey for no reason. And there's a lot of people that also need to hear what you got to say. But with that said and everything else is due, I want to welcome Jacqueline. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing good.
Hey, thank you, Jay, so much for coming and again allowing me to pick your brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be all about you. But I definitely wanted to make sure I made this official because we have never truly talked to each other. It's just been more so through the comments.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
absolutely. And I thank you again for making out that time. So let's start it off. A little bit about you. If you could just tell us where were you born and where'd you grow up in regards to your childhood and just a little bit about where you're from.
Okay, well, I'm Guatemalan. I was born in Guatemala and I was adopted and brought here when I was about 18 months. And I lived in South Florida, like more in like Homestead area. And now I live in Miami. And I've been here for, I don't know, like pretty much since I was 3. So yeah, and I'm 19. And yeah.
Hey, pretty much a baby. You know what I'm saying? You're 19 years old. Wait, so you're out of high school. You're now like, I guess you say you're studying. Yeah. So I guess what do you do now? I know you're 19. So what do you do now in regards to your occupation? Yeah.
I am taking courses through NAS for personal training and nutrition. And I just started it actually. So I have a couple months and then a year for the nutrition to get that done with. And then after I will be personal training. I would like to do it at the gym that I go to now, which is LA Fitness. And then eventually I would like to move to Texas and start personal training there and then doing it online too.
Wow. Why Texas?
Well, I mean, the property prices are pretty good, but there's also a lot of influencers, like content creators that are out there too. And obviously Alpha Land Gym is a really nice gym that I would love to visit. But yeah, I like it and I kind of want to change from Miami just because I've been here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. So have you ever visited any other place outside of the South?
I have been to California before because my aunt lived there and like north, like Boston, New Hampshire, Maine. But other than that, no. So I would love to see other places and move. I've thought about Georgia before. That's a really nice place. But
yeah.
Just something different.
And has seasons.
Because Florida is hot all the time. So I would love to experience, all 4 seasons. But I don't want to have too much snow because I've been in snow. So no, I'm okay. I love the snow. It's very pretty, but I don't want to be there where it's snowing for like more than just like 3 months. So
yeah, exactly. No, I get it. And in Georgia specifically, our weather is bipolar. Like,
yeah.
Hands down, you don't know whether it's raining and then in 3 seconds it's snowing. So it's like it's really bad. Like if you come here, your allergies, everything gonna be messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Nice to know.
But I mean, definitely if you come here, you already know I'm here. So I could definitely, show you around. We got to collab too. If you do ever
Yes,
decide to come. For sure.
yes,
For sure. We're too close actually, because you're in Florida. I'm in Georgia. So we're like neighbors.
yeah.
But that's dope. That is completely dope. You mentioned that you were first off, you mentioned that you were from Guatemala.
Yes.
Guatemala. So have you ever been back there? Have you ever been back?
No, I do want to eventually go back, and I would love to see like just where I came from because it was in the city, but I want to like explore more of like native area because I do have Guatemalan and Mayan in me. So I would love to learn more about where I came from. And I want to eventually meet my birth mom if she is still, alive. Because that would be an amazing experience. Because I had a closed off adoption, but I would love to like find her. So
Wow.
yeah, for sure.
That would be amazing. And in all honesty, I think you're the first person that I've ever interviewed that has been adopted. But I've always wondered that. I've always wondered, like, the aspect of, like you said, your birth mom, finding your birth mom, because obviously you don't remember it, but yeah, I'm sure you have that curiosity.
No, yeah, I have always wanted to.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel like that in some sense has always has that always been in the back of your mind? Like, I wonder who this person was, or if you have siblings, all that.
Yes, I actually do know that I have siblings. I know I have two older, I think a sister and a brother. So I do have like little information on her, but not enough that I know like what she looks like or anything else, just her name and then the siblings, and that's about it. But I would love to meet her one day for sure.
Wow, that is dope. And I hope and pray that you do get the opportunity, because again, I feel like a part of us, even with like me and my father, I never really like knew him, growing up. But I still do desire that moment where we can sit down and, talk and stuff. So I just feel like whenever you have a parent that's kind of out of the picture, you in some sense want to know who they were, or at least talk to them.
Yeah.
So yeah. I can relate to that aspect. But that is dope. Like, just the whole aspect of you being from Florida, Guatemala, but then coming to Florida, and then spending your time here and growing up here. What would you say you like most about Florida, living there?
I feel like this is contradicting what I said, but I do love the weather, and I do love, the fact that like our beaches are really nice too. But what's weird is that I've been to beaches everywhere but here.
Oh wow!
Like sunsets, I love our sunsets. Like I haven't ever been to our beach, like actually walked on it and like swam in our ocean, but I've been to Pacific Ocean.
What?
I've even been to beaches in like Boston, like during every time of the year, but here no, because I'm not here in summer. I'm usually in Boston or sometimes Cali. So, but I will be soon because obviously. But yeah, no, I do love the weather. At times it's nice, and sometimes it gets cool, but it's rare that it does get cool.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think this year was probably our coldest, or one of our
How low did it get?
Maybe like I think 47.
Whoa, in Florida?
Yeah.
That's Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's pretty cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool this summer. I mean, this winter. So I like that.
That's what's up. But the weather, because again, I know most people talk about that when it comes to Florida. It's just tropical, like humid weather.
Yeah.
I heard y'all even have like iguanas that are running around. Like you could just walk.
Yeah. And the Cuban iguanas are like bigger than like normal iguanas.
Oh
so
my goodness!
Like, hey.
Heck nah. Yeah. I heard they run around like squirrels there. Like I was like, what the heck?
In certain areas, definitely there.
Oh, that's crazy. No, yeah. See, if I see that, I probably won't. I'll probably never come back. Like I'm saying, like.
And a thing is that I think when it gets cold, some of them like will fall out of trees. Like they just fall on the road, on the sidewalk, because it's too cold, I guess.
Oh, heck no.
It-
Nah. I won't be
yeah.
there. I won't be there. Something fall out the tree. I'm telling you. But that is dope. That is dope. I truly want to visit Florida or visit it again. I only been once, but I do know that the time I did go, you could feel the difference in the air. You could literally feel the difference.
It's a big difference between like humid
Mm-hmm.
hot and then like cool hot because
Mm-hmm.
different.
Exactly.
I prefer dry. Is it dry hot? Yeah.
Yeah, dry hot. Yeah. Exactly.
That or the humid.
Humid. I know. But that's what's up. That's what's up. So
Yeah.
Hearing about your childhood in a sense, were you ever in any way into fitness from your childhood or going into now fitness and how you are now? Was there ever any relation in regards to your childhood? Were you very active as a child, or were you just kind of like, nah, I wasn't really you didn't really even care about fitness?
I would say I probably didn't really care when I was like elementary or whatever. Like I did do dance for a little bit, but that was most of the time. And I think middle school is the first time I ever played a sport, and it was volleyball. And I did it for a couple of seasons, but at the Y, and that was about it. But that's when I started thinking about fitness and was seeing. I think that's when the whole big fitness creators came on Instagram, was like when I was in middle school. Wow. So I think that's when I first started seeing it, and I was like, wow, like, you know, like, and I looked up to a lot of like creators then, and and that's when I started thinking about it, and I would always make a plan being like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym one day, like I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna have this. And it's crazy to look back at that and then see myself now where like I go 5-6 times, almost not 7, but 5 to 6 times a week. Wow. And it's like my life.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Crazy, but
that's dope, because I remember you just mentioning that with Texas, like you wanted to go down there because there are a lot of Instagram influencers. But that is dope. The reason I asked that too is because as we go into the next question of how it started, I just wanted to see if there was any correlation. Like, did you was there some way in which it came about in which you just fell into it because you naturally had it as a child, but doesn't seem like you were just necessarily all in. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. So this is going to be interesting. So then the question, because I want to know this now. Like, what, I guess in some sense, what made you, what started the journey of fitness, and what made you in some sense mentally and physically, what made you able to enter this realm of going 6 times a week? Like, what was it that woke you up, and maybe at some point Jacqueline said, you looked in the mirror, or maybe someone told you, or you heard from somebody, or something that somebody said convicted you to the point to where you got this serious? How did it all start?
Okay, well, middle school was when I first started looking into like nutrition of fitness, not really necessarily working out. And I guess it was mainly just like being a little insecure about my body. I think I started comparing to like a lot of the other girls that were like at my school. And then I would like research and go on YouTube for like hours just looking up tips and like what I could do. And I did actually lose some weight that year, I think my 7th to 8th grade year. And I felt good, and I was like, okay. And then I kind of stopped, and I didn't really like do anything else. And then I think I got really serious in 2020. So right when pandemic, I started being like, I want to work out, like, and so I started looking at with all the workout videos on Instagram. That's where I looked first. And I was consistent for a little bit, but I also kind of was really unhealthy about it. I was working out maybe like 2-3 times a day, and I was not eating nearly enough. I was eating maybe 1,000 at most calories.
Whoa.
So yeah, it was really bad. I mean, I got really slim, and I liked the way I looked, but I still, like, when you look in the mirror, And I was like seeing myself how I was before. And so I was like, I'm not like small enough. Like I want to get small. My dad actually pointed it out, and he's never told me this. He's probably the one that would tell me if I'm like getting a little heavy or like if I put on some weight, but he would never tell me if I was losing weight. And he was like, you're getting really skinny and like not in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And I had friends tell me that, and I was like, okay, like maybe I am like, you know, getting too like caught up with being small and being skinny and just getting thin, that I had to like restart up again. So I focused really on eating. And I did go back to YouTube and kind of thought, okay, well, I'm insecure. Like maybe I need to work on self-love.
Wait, Jay, you're breaking up a little bit.
So that's what I would search up, where this girl was like going to about. I am. Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask because I think I was like, I think you were, or maybe I'm good. Am I good?
Yeah, it could. I think we're good now. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're fine.
Okay, perfect. You're good. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Okay. Which should I go back?
Yeah. Just aspect of you and your dad, you know, and him noticing that or mentioning that, and then you realizing that you were getting obsessed. So I think that's where you would start. If you could start from there, yeah.
And so my friends were also mentioning things too. And so I was like, okay, like, let me take a step back and like kind of see where this is coming from. And so I realized that I need to work on self-love. So I looked up videos on that. And this one girl had talked about accountability. Wow. And I think that's what like connected everything for me. It was like, do you like find yourself making excuses for things, like being like, I'm gonna go to the gym and then not, or like I'm gonna work out, because I don't think gyms were not open at that time.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I do. Or like how many plans you've made to start working out and then not going through with them, and like, you know, everything, but you're not doing it. And I was like, wow, okay, you're calling me out.
Yeah.
But I definitely needed to hear that. And I think that's what switch my mentality, which is like what I give, I guess, advice to a lot of people, is that like it really starts with like your mentality. And like that's like what I realized too, that was like the strongest point when I needed to work on it. And I was like, okay. So I started working on like food and diet, and then I started implementing slowly working out. And so I got working pretty good, and then I just started adding working out and like upping my calories because I was eating really low. And then I just started at the gym. I want to say it was like, it's almost a year I've been working out. So
wow,
around June of 2021.
Wow.
It's almost a year now. And
almost a year, yeah.
That one, the way she spoke to me, it was just like, okay, yeah, like I need to get myself together and just do it, because I know everything. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
yeah,
I know what to do. And so, yeah. And then I started, I mean, it was kind of rocky at first. Like I was consistent and then not consistent. But I think once I got into the gym and then the atmosphere of it, I slowly started, I had friends too, who like would go with me. That kind of helped too. Because I was very like shy to like go in the weight room. I would not touch the weight room. Like I would be like, in my little bubble, like I'm good here. But I wanted to, like, I learned about progressive overload, and I was like, okay, like to go up in weights, like I can't just stay over here with dumbbells forever. And so I would invite my friend, and he actually helped me get into the weight room and like teach me how to use the machines. So like I knew what I was doing and I didn't look confused and that kind of. And then ever since then, it's been like easy. I just go when I'm good and I feel more comfortable. I mean, of course I get nervous when I try things out like all the time, but yeah, like just that with like, yeah, just friends help a lot.
That is dope. That like for real, just hearing your transition, I hear a lot of similarity to some of the people I interviewed as well. You know, like a lot of them describe the comparison, like that being like the first aspect of it. Like, if you don't mind me going back to that and speaking on that a little bit, like when did you realize that you were comparing, or did you, I guess in a sense, when did you realize that you were comparing yourself to other people? Like, when did you, yeah.
I would say when I first entered middle school, it was like I was very myself. I would express myself. I kind of had no filter at that time still. And so I guess just like seeing how other kids acted and just like the whole transition from like elementary to middle school, I just started like looking around and I was like, okay, like I'm kind of out here, like, and I was like, maybe I should tone it down a little bit. And I don't know. I think I kind of just started looking at my body more, and I saw other girls and they were like slimmer, or a lot of them played sports too. And so I just started looking at myself and I was like, I don't know. But also I got like, or I have like depression and anxiety. So like the gym helps with that. Yeah. And I don't know, like, I can't even pinpoint like exactly what, but I think it was a transition of seeing how people acted and then how I acted and just being like, okay, maybe I need to be different and like change. So, yeah, I think that's probably.
When you say the way you acted, like you said that you were out there and they were more so, and then you compared yourself to those people. What do you mean by you were out there? Like, are you saying that you just were more of an extrovert and they were more? Oh, okay. Wow, because you strike me as an introvert.
I am an introvert.
You are? Okay. So you are, but you
I was social and I would talk to like everybody, and then I was like trying to make friends and like I was very out there, and then I kind of just became more like shy because I think I thought much about everybody else, and it just got to me. And,
no, I get that. So the aspect of you again being yourself, where you were very much so out there, you then end up realizing or noticing people who were not necessarily that way. That then started to make you introverted.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That is I've never heard that before. Okay, so with this aspect of you being introverted, it then started to transform into, like you said, your looks. Okay, some of the girls are looking skinnier than what you feel like you are. So that kind of transformed it. Would you say that at that point it became maybe body dysmorphia?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, because I thought I was very like chubby or whatever, and like my friends and family were like, "No, like you're still young, like you're not." Like, yeah, I think I just started thinking like, okay, I started noticing it and just like, picking up on it, and I was like, okay, like maybe if I lose weight, like it'll be better. And that year I did. I think it was my 6th grade or 7th grade year, one of those. I just started exercising more. I think I rode my bike like for an hour every day, just like during the summer.
It's breaking up. It's breaking up again, Jay. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I want to give you a.
And I lost some weight, and I was like, always wanted to. And I was,
can you hear me now?
Okay. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. It was kind of breaking up a little bit, but it's okay. I think it caught up.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, breaking. Sorry.
You can hear me now. I don't know if you can hear me.
Right. It's a delay. It's a huge delay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if it catches up. Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you're good. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't remember where I left off.
So you're just pretty much saying that the aspect. Well, I asked you the aspect of you being an introvert or extrovert. You then transferring to an introvert, and then that aspect of it playing on you then looking at yourself in comparison to your body. So not only did you become an introvert, you then started to look into it in terms of your body and that comparison, and then I asked you, do you feel like it was body dysmorphia that it kind of led into?
Yeah, I think so. Because I often ask myself that question before even going into the gym. I was like, do people who work out, did they always have body dysmorphia, or was it
Mm,
something we already had that now working out just brings out more? And for me, I
mm.
would say it was 100% body dysmorphia before going into the gym, and then it just kind of like added to it. But I think I always had body dysmorphia.
Wow.
And
That's a really good perspective. And so in a sense, you always had it, but working out kind of brought that awareness out of you.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow, that is that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure going into fitness. Like your mindset or your mentality being one of which, like you said, comparison mixed with also you not feeling like your body is where you want it to be. Um, so going into that comparison, you're feeling these comparisons. Did you ever express those to people that were around you? Did you ever in a sense tell your mom or your dad or anybody just
I didn't. I was very like just kept it to myself,
wow.
and I don't think I've ever told like anyone. Though like I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I think it was just
Wow.
I I, I would see it, and I would just be like, okay, and then I just would work on it and do it myself. And
Yeah.
I haven't told them.
What? So you bottled all this up, all this time
Yeah.
you wow, wow. That is and again, it goes back to people I interviewed prior to. They too, in a sense, were with Giselle, for instance, and her anorexia, she had never told anyone, and it kind of bottled itself up and displayed itself in different aspects. So then, with you initially being extroverted, and you're saying now that you're introverted, would you say that now, do you feel like you've come to accept that aspect of confidence or accept the aspect of who you are, and do you feel like you're reverting back into your extrovertedness, like in a sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think 100%. I have started coming out of my shell because I was very like quiet. Like I think in high school I would probably be known as like a quiet girl, like the
Wow.
because I didn't talk to people. I just like did my stuff. I was good. But yeah, definitely I think working out and TikTok 100% because I post there and I started posting more and more
Mhm.
has helped me like come out of my shell and like be more of who I am and not like
Wow.
work think, which is crazy because I didn't think I would get to this point, but it
Mm.
I feel like it's helped 100%.
Yeah, because I wouldn't, like I said, you seem like an introvert, but then at the same time, you seem like you could display a little bit of both, like you're in
Mhm.
between. And
Yeah.
so, but to know that you were once extrovert and then that, you started to, in a sense, cave into other people's thoughts about you, which made you more introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that right there was just because I'm an extrovert. And so and me, I always preach, don't care about what other people think, all that stuff. So like when thinking about that or hearing that, it's like, wow, to see that some people can be extrovert, but then they can cave into that and that makes them introvert. That is very, very interesting. And that's not something you hear often.
No.
Yeah, yes, it's not, but I think it's good that you know that because then you're able to deal with that. You're able to deal with
Yeah.
that situation. Um, that's really cool. So when it comes down to body dysmorphia, or when it comes down to that aspect of you you struggling with that or realizing that you always struggle with that when you got into fitness, where would you say you are now, or what things do you feel like you're doing, if any, to combat body dysmorphia?
It happens. It happens. I have days where I do feel like, I don't know. And
Yeah.
it's weird because I went from thinking that I was like chubbier and I had more weight on me to then like seeing myself really thin and like,
Mm,
liking that, but still seeing like that side, and then going back to like getting more weight on me because I had to like eat more,
yeah.
and then going back to like maintaining.
Hmm.
And so like most of the time I see myself as like bigger, and I'm like,
Mm,
don't know. But I think what like just helps is like not looking at my body like in the mirror when I do feel like that, or recording too. That's another thing, because if I already am feeling that way and then I start recording and like angles, like it'll get in my head, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, just the whole workout would be like, like I don't
Wow.